Alrighty, welcome back to Only Murders in the Building.
Sponsored by Demas Dips.
Nah, welcome back to...
Nah. You're like, nah, just kidding, man.
Pranked.
Fucking thanks, Ashton Kutcher.
What's Cindy Canning's... It's Only Murderers in the Building.
Yeah.
And what's her other podcast?
All
usual
is
one?
not okay.
Yeah, All is
in
not
Oklahoma.
okay. Yeah. Welcome back to All is not okay in Oklahoma.
Do you get the pun? Because the state code for Oklahoma is okay.
Yeah.
All is not okay.
Yeah. No, I got it.
In Oklahoma.
Yeah. No, I got it.
I just wanted to really make sure, dude.
That's okay.
You are a Demons fan.
Shut up, dude. I haven't recovered yet. Anyway, welcome back to Time Jimmy Talk. I am Jimmy. This is Tyler.
Oh, you don't even let me say my own name.
All right, you can say it then.
I'm Jimmy. This is Tyler.
We already done that joke.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Well, I'm Charles, and this is...
Ben. I don't know.
I don't know where I'm going with that.
Glenn.
Roy. Welcome back to episode 23. Episode 23 of the podcast.
Yes, sir.
What are we talking about today?
Well, we thought that we'd do a follow-up to our last film and television episode, since that was 10 episodes ago now.
Yeah.
It was episode 13.
It was,
yeah.
Damn.
It was we recorded that while I was in COVID lockdown.
True, we did.
How times have changed. COVID doesn't even exist anymore.
What is COVID? That was in my house that burnt down.
Yeah.
Well, the house next to me burnt down, but I had to move out still.
You were in... Whoa. We're in very different places then, emotionally and geographically.
Physically, yeah, we were.
But yeah, we were having a long chat about what we wanted to do for this podcast, and we were like, oh... We've both been watching a lot of TV, both like things we want to catch each other up on, like, and we're like, oh, well, why not just like do an episode talking about it? Yeah. I'm not going to rant about Friends this time. So if you saw this and you're like, oh, hey,
we won't lose the 5 viewers that we lost from last time.
Yeah, because there are only 5 people who like the show Friends.
Oh, damn, dude, that was really good.
Friends is trash. Anyway, so we're gonna talk about a couple of different shows. The main ones of which that there might be spoilers for will be all 3 seasons of Only Murders in the Building, One Piece live action, which isn't really spoilers because it's been out since 1997, so I actually get with it.
Actually?
The Bear, probably. I'm not going to spoil too much because I want you to watch it. James hasn't watched it. I have. It's fucking astounding.
As well as One Piece.
As well as One Piece.
Yeah.
And also Modern Family. Not that you can really spoil Modern Family, except for that it gets bad. But yeah,
you're not wrong.
If we point out spoilers as we go for anything else, just like keep your ears peeled. But like those are the main things I think that we're going to talk about.
I wanted to talk about Hollow Knight a little bit as well, because
Yeah.
I've been playing that a lot, and now I can actually give some thoughts.
You can actually give the actual opinions that you should have given on the podcast episode we dedicated to Hollow Knight, but whatever.
Yeah, man, it's fine.
Well, do you want to kick us off with some Hollow Knight goss then?
Yeah, goss.
Some Hollow Knight tea, fam.
Okay, I'll try and spill some goss on Hollow Knight. Do you know that the person who made it is actually... I'm not going to go any further with that joke.
Wait, what do you mean?
No.
Were you about to like fake out someone?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
No. Hey, you said drop some goss and you put me on the spot, dude.
Why was your first thought to like make up allegations about someone? A real human being. Jesus Christ.
Anyway, I've been playing a lot more Hollow Knight. No, don't look at the camera like that. Stop. That's better. That's the thumbnail. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Hollow Knight recently. I've played I think it's 45 hours. That's on my Switch at the moment. Yeah. So I'm up to, I can't remember what the area is called, but I think it's where the palace grounds are.
Yeah.
It's where you fight Broken Vessel and then Lost Kin in
Not the resting grounds.
No.
That's like where you fight all the spirits.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
It's like a bit, it's further down on the map. It's below, I think it's below
There's
City
a
of
tram
Tears.
stop there.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. I just can't. And you go there on your way to Kingdom's Edge along the bottom of the map. I can't remember what it's called though.
Yeah.
Either way.
Who knows? But yeah, I've been having such a fun time.
Yeah.
The bosses have been like infuriating, but only because I suck.
What's been your favorite boss or least favorite boss so far?
I don't think I actually have a least favorite or maybe the least favorite's the first boss, the False Knight. Because I guess it's not, it's a very easy introductory boss.
Yeah.
But the rest of them have been really enjoyable fights.
Yeah, they're great fights. Have you fought Hornet for the second time yet?
No, not yet. I think I'm about to.
That's in Kingdom's Edge.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I've explored Kingdom's Edge and I haven't found her yet.
Oh, you can't until you get the Monarch Wings.
Oh, okay. So I just got the Monarch Wings, so that makes sense.
There's an area in Kingdom's Edge that you can now reach that will allow you to go and fight Hornet for the second time.
Okay. I know where I'm going.
Such a fun fight.
Yeah.
So infuriating, though.
Yeah. Well, I just found with a lot of the fights, they're not, I suppose, overly complicated in the sense, like, they're not, like, the bosses don't do a lot of things. They have, like, kind of a limited move set.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a very challenging move set.
Yeah, definitely.
And I don't know, I kind of like it. And I think one of my favorites actually was the it's the big floaty dude in it's not City of Tears. No,
big
is it?
Floaty dude.
What's his name?
You're gonna have to be more specific.
He's like a spirit dude.
Oh, no, so it's not even a boss. It's like one of the
Soul Master.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right.
Oh, the Soul Master.
Yeah.
Big floaty dude.
He is a big floaty dude.
I mean, I guess, but like, I wouldn't call him that. Not to his face. He's scary.
Yeah.
How did you go with that fight?
Better than I thought.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because there's enemies that lead up to the Soul Master who have like similar moves.
Like him. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's what I loved about him the most. I think he had the best kind of boss design that I've seen so far because of that.
His moveset's real easy once you get the hang of it too.
Yeah.
Just like the jump, downward slash as he charges at you, like jump out of the way of his things, upward slash when he flies above you. Like you just gotta whittle him down.
Yeah.
Did you also get fucked up when he dropped to the floor through the floor and then there's like a little second phase?
I think I died once or twice in that second phase, but his second phase isn't
the very first
difficult.
time I ever fought him, I beat him and got to the second phase and then died immediately.
Yeah.
And then I could not get to the second phase for ages.
Really?
Yeah, I got so tilted.
I thought he was a bit easier than I thought he would be.
Yeah, the second time around on my second playthrough, I beat him first try.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this was actually quite an easy fight. Now that I know how to actually play the game properly.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah.
But I'd say that's probably one of my favorites. Mantis Lords felt good to beat them.
They feel so good to beat.
Because I think it's like one of the first bosses in the game that's like significantly more difficult.
Yeah, big time.
So that was really good. I just defeated Lost Kin.
Yeah.
Which made me very happy because that took me an age.
The dream version of...
Yeah, the dream version. The Broken Vessel was fine. Like, it took me a couple of goes. But
I haven't done any of the dream bosses.
Really?
No, don't want to. I tried Lost Kin, and I tried the dream version of False Knight.
I haven't done that yet.
He wasn't too difficult. He's basically identical. Yeah. But, like, he's a lot tougher.
Yeah.
And his attacks do a lot more.
Yeah. Well, the thing is with Lost Kin, it's just like he's quicker. And there's a lot more of those orange goop things that come around.
Yes,
I think that's what kept getting me.
Yeah, he's a fast boy.
He's a fast boy. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. Though I really love the exploration. I think my thoughts are still kind of the same.
Yeah, yeah.
But I can back it up a bit more now.
Yeah,
after
fair enough.
playing it. I don't know. I just love all the moves that I've gotten so far, and exploring every area has just been a great time. It's been. I think the only thing that's kind of infuriating for me is the lack of benches there are sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially in some of the later areas, I'm like, oh, cool, there's only like 1 or 2 benches in this entire area. So every time I die, like a difficult boss or a difficult area, I'm like, cool, I have to make my way all the way back just to do this moment.
Do you know about the guy who gets your shade spirit back when you die?
No.
If you die in a very difficult area or like an area that you just can't get back to or don't want to get back to for fear of losing your shade soul, there's a guy up in Dirtmouth all the way over to the right-hand side of the screen. Like all the way.
That's who it is.
And you give him rancid eggs.
Oh.
And he can just retrieve it back for you.
God, so that's what they're for.
That's helped me in a few situations, especially in Deep Nest, where I've like fallen down somewhere really far and then I've died and I'm like, I can't get back there.
Yeah.
And so I've just like gone back up to Dirtmouth and used the stag and gone back up and done that.
Deep Nest was a challenging area.
It was, yeah.
I think. A lot of spider boys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck, I didn't know that. There's been many times where I've had like 2,000 geo and I've just like lost it all and I'm like, God damn it.
There's the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah. I know there's a bank, which I need to visit more. What?
I would not recommend using the bank.
Why is that?
She'll scam you out of your money.
Really?
Yeah. But only if you deposit more than like 2,000 geo, I think.
Gotcha.
Like, you can deposit like up to, I think it's like 2,000 and she's fine. But then if you deposit anything over a certain amount, she takes off with it.
Yeah,
and
right.
you can find her again in the pleasure house in the City of Tears, and you can beat the shit out of her and get it all back.
That sounds satisfying.
But like,
But also don't do it.
No.
There hasn't been many times I've actually gone up to 2,000 geo.
No.
Like I've usually spent.
And when you do, you spend it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't even know for the longest time what a lot of the items you find do.
For the longest. You said you said you didn't know for the longest time.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck are you singing? What's happening right now? That was good, dude.
Thanks.
Good reference.
Thanks, man. That's a beautiful song. I love Billy Joel.
It is a good song.
I love Billy Joel.
There's a lot of items that I found that I didn't use. You realize you could like trade in for money. Like I think it's like the Hollowness seal.
All of the items that you collect.
Yeah. I didn't know. I thought it was just something special.
No, they're all sellable. Every single item you collect is sellable.
Well, I haven't sold them yet. So now I just have a shit ton of all of those items, which
that's
I should
good.
sell.
That's good to like keep that backlog.
Yeah.
So that like in case you ever need a big sum of money.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've already done the Hollow Knight podcast.
Yeah. Okay, I won't go on. I've just very much enjoyed it.
We can like check in like a few episodes again.
Yeah.
With, like,
when I've hit like the 100-hour mark and I beat the game, hopefully.
Yeah. I crossed 100 hours during my second playthrough. It's
nice.
tight.
But yeah, I'm having a fantastic time. The music, I now know what you're talking about with City of Tears.
Oh, the City of Tears music is so beautiful.
Beautiful. Lots of really nice music tracks and it's so much fun. I've had a great time.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to what we're actually meant to be talking about.
Yeah.
Did you want to talk about the Only Murderers in the Building, or what have you watched most recently?
Most recently, One Piece.
Yeah. Okay.
Which you need to watch because we're going to do an episode on One Piece.
Yeah.
Once you finally get on your ass and watch it.
Sorry.
Rather than like getting off your ass because you're sitting on the couch. Anyway.
Nice one, dude.
Thanks, man. I'm really clever.
Yeah.
Yeah, One Piece is fantastic, and I highly recommend you watch it.
Yeah.
It's been an interesting phenomenon of like people just like gatekeeping so hard, being like,
"What do you mean?
I'm not gonna watch the live action One Piece because actually in the anime, he says the line with these words, and he doesn't say it like that in the live action one."
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, thanks.
So,
like, who fucking cares? Fuck off. Like, if you don't want to watch it, fuck off about it. All the people who have watched it have loved it.
Have there been like a lot of anime manga fans who have gone and watched the show and been like, this is great. This is a really good adaptation of...
Most all of the people who I know and have seen, like, have watched it, have enjoyed it. Like, there's only a couple of people that I know who haven't enjoyed it. And like, but those people aren't fans of the source material anyway.
Oh, they just don't like One Piece in general.
Well, they've never engaged with it in any way.
Gotcha.
And they're like, oh, it was a bit goofy. And I'm like, yeah, it's
That's
about
the
a man
whole point.
who can stretch his body like rubber on a pirate ship.
Yeah.
Fighting other pirate. Like, what do you fucking expect?
What did we
like,
expect? It was a cartoon.
Anime, dude.
Anime. Oh. Sorry.
It's been great fun though, and like it makes me really happy that so many people who for so many years I've been trying to convince to watch One Piece are watching the live action and going, I know what you mean now. Now I'm going to go and read it or watch it. Like,
because your partner's been like that,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Like watching One Piece with her, and we've got a whole bookshelf of One Piece manga out there. Well, I do. Like, got a whole bookshelf of One Piece, like 3 shelves of manga of like One Piece.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, hey, you should read this.
Yeah.
It's really good. And she's like, no, I just don't want to. Like, well, she wants to, but she's like, it's a massive commitment.
Yeah, it is.
But like watching the live action with her as someone who's never engaged with One Piece before versus me who's been watching it since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, it was very satisfying to like see her getting emotional at all of the right spots where I would get emotional.
Yeah.
To see her like going through those same like emotions and connecting with like the crew and the characters. And like then her turning to me after the final episode and going, I want more.
Yeah, and you're like, what?
And I'm like, well, thankfully we have a whole shelf of One Piece over here.
And DVDs now.
And DVDs, yeah.
Of the 4 Kids.
I'm not going to show her those. I just recently acquired all 11 volumes of the 4 Kids One Piece on DVD.
Yeah.
I'm not showing her that though.
Why not?
Because that is the One Piece that I watched as a kid. That's
the one I watched, like a couple of episodes.
It made me love One Piece. I mean, I watched the Funimation dub and went, what the fuck was that 4 Kids bullshit?
Oh, like, so are there Funimation dubs of the original episodes?
No. So the 4 Kids dub was dubbed by 4 Kids.
Yeah.
Before Funimation got the rights to do the dub. So 4 Kids dubbed it in like 04 to 06 or 07 or something.
Yeah.
They dubbed it very early on. I don't think Funimation started dubbing until like 07.
Did they use the same voice actors?
No,
or?
not at all.
Oh, really?
4 Kids is its own thing.
Yeah.
4Kids uses all of like the 4Kids voice actors, like a
Yeah.
lot of the same people that you'd hear in Naruto, Yu-Gi-Oh, Ninja Turtles, like Pokemon. Like it's a lot of the same folks.
Yeah.
I really like the voice cast of the 4Kids One Piece.
Yeah.
I just hate everything else about it.
All the censoring and stuff about
The censoring
it.
was fucked. But yeah, that was the One Piece I grew up watching, and then went on to watch the Funimation dub, and then, you know, got up to where they were up to, which I think was like, it can't have been far. It can't have been any further than like Thriller Bark. No, it wouldn't have even been Thriller Bark. And I watched in Japanese from there.
Yeah.
And this was at the same time as I was reading it for the first time in high school. But 4Kids is what got me into it.
Yeah.
I was showing you my trading cards, my 4Kids trading cards today.
And then
I'm going to do a video about. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you showed me you had the Pokemon Stadium Tarzos, which I used to have they were my brothers when I was a kid, and I've still got them. And I've always wanted all of them. Yeah. And you have basically all of them.
I've got all of them bar like 4.
I hate that I only just found out today.
I only just found them the other day.
I kind of want to buy them off you.
Okay.
All right.
Let's strike a deal.
Yeah, all right. We'll do it off the podcast. I don't know if you really want to do a deal on
off
the podcast.
Air. Yeah.
Off air, sure.
But yeah, the long and short of it is whether you've watched One Piece or not, you should watch the live action One Piece.
Yeah.
Because it's really good.
If you can try and keep spoilers out of it, what's been like your favorite moment of the show, if you have one?
I don't think favorite moment, but I just think like,
or something you really loved about it.
The cast, like the main 5, like the 5 actors playing like the Straw Hats, they are just perfect.
Yeah.
They are just perfect.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine anyone's playing these characters. My fucking boy Taz Skylar, who plays Sanji, like legitimately took up kickboxing, does all of his own stunts as Sanji. Like, I believe I read he was also like the chef for the production. Yeah, because he actually like learned how to cook for the role. Man is Sanji now in real life.
I love that.
He disrespects women. No. Which Sanji
don't out him on the
Sanji does
like
in the anime anyway.
Okay, sure.
Well, he doesn't disrespect women, but he's like I'll do anything to protect you because you're my fragile queen. Like that kind of like grind set.
The grind set?
But like, and McKenna, who plays Zoro, like he's just fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Emily Rudd as Nami is perfect. She nails the Arlong Park stuff, which means nothing to you, but like she's fantastic as Nami.
Yeah.
I can't remember his last name, but Jacob, who plays Usopp.
Jake.
A highlight of the show.
Yeah.
He is just fucking fantastic. And Inaki as Luffy is just so fucking good.
Yeah, I saw like a couple clips of him acting as Luffy, and like, from what I remember, that's pretty much him.
See, that was the vibe though, in terms of I was on board with the live action One Piece, but I was like, oh yeah, we'll see how we go. And then I watched, I think I said this in another episode, I watched the cast reacting to the trailer and watching Inaki start crying, and I was like, oh, I'm in on this.
I'm all in, buddy.
And like Zeph was perfect. He was so fucking good. Garp was really good. Kobe and Helmeppo were really great. Like the whole cast was just fucking top tier.
That's good.
And they brought to life all of these really emotional moments and really moving moments like beautifully.
Yeah.
And you can tell that like, you know, the production team behind the scenes are like massive One Piece fans as well.
Yeah.
Like you can tell it's made with love.
Yeah.
Unlike the fucking Witcher.
Cowboy Bebop.
No, Cowboy Bebop was made by fans. They were just bad. No, Cowboy Bebop wasn't terrible. I watched a bit of it.
Yeah.
Well, I've never seen the original. I've never seen the anime.
Oh, really?
No, so I had nothing to base it on, like One Piece. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, One Piece, very enjoyable. We will do an episode about it once you've watched it, because I have a lot I want to talk about, and especially hearing your thoughts as someone who's never seen or read One Piece before.
I'm very interested to watch it, because I only watched like maybe an episode or two when I was a kid. Yeah. Because it was on TV and I had no other choice.
Toasted TV, dude?
Yeah, dude. Toasted TV was the shit.
That's how I watched it as a kid.
Yeah, it had like Pokemon, Dragon Ball.
2003 Ninja Turtles. That's how I watched it.
Dude, that was the shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that show was the shit. I love that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We should watch 2003 Ninja Turtles and talk about it.
Yeah, okay.
I want to rewatch it real bad. I've got it all on DVD.
How much would we have to watch for like a podcast worth?
We could do a season of podcast.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Okay.
Anyway, we're cooking now.
We're cooking
now.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go next?
I guess only murders in the building. Some reason I have only murderers in the building.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's the Cindy
All right,
Canning
Cindy
show.
Canning. Yeah, so it turns out we were both watching it at the same time without realizing.
You started watching it maybe a week or two ago, or something like that.
We started watching it right as like, I think episode 5 of season 3 came out.
Yeah.
And we watched the first season in a night.
Yeah, nice.
And we watched the second season over like 2 days.
Nice. Yeah.
We watched it very quickly.
Yeah. My partner and I, we started watching it maybe a year or so ago, actually.
Oh.
Like the first season.
Okay, sure.
We watched a couple of episodes and we didn't love it. So we stopped watching it for a bit and then we came back because we basically had nothing else to watch. We watched all of the first season. We watched a bit of season 2, stopped for a bit, and then we watched the rest maybe a week or 2 ago.
Yeah.
And now we've watched the first 4 episodes of season 3.
Sure.
Maybe the first 5. I can't remember.
We started watching it recently
Yeah.
and also hit the same point where we were a couple episodes in and I was like, oh, it's kind of trash though. I was like, is this just not enjoyable?
I didn't think it was trash. I think it's just a bit slow.
The first 5 episodes could be cut from the series and nothing would be missing.
There's definitely a couple episodes that you wouldn't need.
Episode 1, keep it. It was a great pilot.
Yeah.
Episode 2, 3, 4, 5, don't need them. And my favorite part about the first season is obviously Mabel has a connection to Tim who gets murdered.
Yeah.
And
spoilers.
that's literally in the
in the
opening
first
minute of the episode. If you fuck it out, you infuriate me.
Sorry, boss.
Because obviously Mabel's got a connection,
Yeah.
which you find out at the end of the pilot, and I was like, oh, that is a cool thread to like be working. And then like 2 episodes later, a character who we've met one time, who doesn't even live in the building, who is not involved in the murder case at all, walks in at the end of the episode and tells the 2 guys, hey, did you know that Mabel's got a connection to the guy who got killed? And I was like, that's how they're gonna resolve that? I was like, that's how they're gonna resolve it?
Who was that again?
Oliver's son. Like, who we'd only
Really?
met.
Was it?
Yeah. He walks in at the end of, like, episode 3, maybe episode 4. It must have been episode 3. He just walks into the apartment to give his dad something. And he goes, hey, do you guys know that Mabel's connected to the dead guy? And I'm like, how do you know that?
Yeah. How did he know that?
I can't remember. I think they show him finding out or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But, like, it was nuts. It was nuts. Like...
There's a couple of pacing issues
hugely
in the first season.
And then I think that was the Sting episode.
Yeah.
I think that was the episode where, well, here, I'm going to describe like 4 of those first 5 episodes. There's a character who's introduced as a red herring.
Yeah.
They think they did it. They investigate him for the whole episode. And then it turns out he was a red herring. And we're back to where we started at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
That was like episodes like 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah. Especially that Sting episode.
That Sting one was painful.
It was a little bit, hey.
I enjoyed it, but I was also like, okay, but like, come on.
You have someone as big as Sting in the show, you would have thought.
Yeah. Anyway, but then like episodes, there was the episode where they like are trailing Mabel in the car and they're like following her to the jewelry shop, the tattoo shop or whatever.
Yeah.
And like that was fine.
That was like the whole episode.
That was the whole episode though.
Yeah.
But then like I think that's episode 5. Then the next episode to the end, bangers.
It picks up.
It picks up all of a sudden.
It picks up, I think, as soon as they get to that tattoo place, because that's
Yes.
where you find out a lot more about Tim Kono and what he was doing.
Yeah, and the rings as well, and like and everything like that. Like it picks up a lot from that scene onwards, but like up to that point, I was like, what's the fucking point? Of any of this?
Yeah,
and none of it came back in any meaningful way. Sting didn't even reappear.
I suppose it's sort of like showing them sort of like finding their footing as like investigators.
But you can do that while progressing the story.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like you can have them following a false lead and still work it into the story in an interesting way, which they do in season 2 quite effectively.
Yeah, there's more, I guess, like character developments along the way.
And like, I liked all the characters from Word Go. Like, they already had me with the characters. They don't need to spend all this time fucking about.
Yeah.
Like, especially like in a murder mystery, it needs to be tight. The pacing needs to be good so that the viewers aren't forgetting the clues and so that the viewers are following it well.
Yeah. You have to think like every scene needs to be important in some kind of way.
Big time. And there are a lot of scenes in that show in the first like 4 or 5 episodes that just aren't.
Yeah.
And so we almost turned it off. And then, because I think we watched like 2 episodes on like a Friday night. And then Saturday like afternoon, we watched like 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
And we were like, we're like, this is fine. I was tempted to just turn it off. I was like, look, we gave it a shot.
Yeah.
I wanted to really like it.
Yeah.
And then my partner was like, let's just watch one more. Yeah. And I went,
okay,
sure, one more. And then we stayed up until 1 o'clock in the morning finishing the series.
Yeah.
Like,
That's sort of the way I felt about season 3 at the moment. I think I've liked the intrigue of it a lot more. Ben Glenroy, or Paul Rudd's playing him, has been like my favorite murder suspect so far. There's a lot more intrigue with him, and he's a lot more of a character.
I just love Paul Rudd.
I love
I'll eat
Rudd
anything
so
up that
much.
Paul Rudd is in,
I hate that he's the murder victim though. I hate it because I love
but
seeing...
he's been back in a lot of flashbacks.
Yeah, there's a lot of flashbacks. But like, okay, spoilers. Sorry. He dies but didn't actually die. And then when he came back, I'm like, oh, thank God he's not actually dead.
Yeah.
Thank fuck he's not dead.
I knew he was going to die at the end of the first episode, though, because because it's called Only Murders in the Building. And I was like, well, he didn't die in the building. And then they make that joke at the end of the episode, and then he falls onto the elevator, and I'm like, I turned to my partner and was like, I fucking called it. Like, I knew that, like, I knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to keep talking about season 3 real quick, but I want to jump back to one highlight from season 1.
Yeah, okay.
That has been like recurring through 2 and 3 a little bit less, but still through.
Yeah.
Theo Dimas.
Yeah.
Nathan Lane's son, who's played by, I looked up his name to make sure I got it right. James Cavalier, who plays him. He's a hearing impaired actor. Yes.
Yeah, nice.
He is fantastic in that show, and the whole episode in the first season, like, sort of from his perspective, where there's no dialogue for the whole episode.
The sound's like very limited.
Absolutely fantastic. It was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
And the fact as well that like he starts doing sign language to another character, like to Mabel, and she's like, I don't know sign language. And then he, like, she's just like talking at him, and he's just like, I don't know what you're saying. Yeah. And then like gives her the card that says like, I can only understand like 70% of what you're saying through lip reading. That fucking brilliant.
That was in season...
brilliant.
That was in season 2, hey?
That was in season 1.
I thought it was season 2.
No, that was
Mabel goes out with Theo to find out the glitter.
That's season 2.
Oh, I thought that's when Theo gives the card to Mabel in that one.
Oh, maybe that is then.
That's the moment.
But like either way, like the episode with the limited audio, that's in season 1. That's like episode 7 or 8, I think.
Yeah.
But just a fantastic character.
Yeah.
And like a character that I thought was going to like not be more important, but maybe like be more instrumental in the murder, and then obviously turned out to be very important then for a different reason. He was a red herring well done. He was a perfect red herring because he was still deeply involved in what was going on.
Him and his dad.
Yeah. But then they were like, we've solved it, and then they're like, no, you've cracked a different part of the case. And I'm like, oh, that's clever. Like,
you solved a different murder, but not this one.
All the while they're planting the seeds with the bassoon lady in the background, who I thought was sus, but then I went, no, I'm onto Theo and Teddy.
I thought she was sus the moment like she started getting with Charles, because she just seemed she just seemed off, and like there's like suggestions she gave were just like really shitty ideas. I was like, why? I
fucking love her coming back in season 2.
Oh, it's hysterical.
And being like, we're still together, right? And he's like, you tried to kill me. And she's like, and he's like, maybe.
It's so good.
I loved that she came back in season 2.
I love the cast. I love Steve Martin. I love Martin Short. They're both just fantastic in this show.
That's why I wanted to stick with it, because I fucking love those guys. Like, I grew up watching their movies, and like, my dad loves them, and like it's I cannot believe Steve Martin's nearly 80.
Is he?
Yeah. Man's like 78, I think.
Really?
Yeah, at the time of season 3, he's like 77, 78, I think.
That's insane.
Man looks good.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's very good.
He's had white hair since he was like 20, so like he looks the same in a way.
He's aged like a fine wine.
He looks great.
Yeah.
And I was curious about Selena Gomez. Yeah. But I love the three of them together. Like, I love the three of them together.
I don't love Selena Gomez as much. And I don't love her acting as much.
I think it's hard when she's next to these two like legends of comedy.
Yeah.
I think she's got her work cut out for her, but I think she's really good. She's very enjoyable to watch.
Yeah. I think what kept me in the show was kind of the aesthetics of the show. I really love the setting of the Arconia, and there's just like a lot of aesthetic choices that they make, and some like, I don't know, words. I don't know. I enjoyed it from that perspective. Just love the way like they shot things. I don't know.
It's got really nice cinematography.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
It's very simple, but it's very effective.
But there's a lot of creative stuff as well.
Yeah.
Like, I only just watched the episode about, like, Charles going to the White Room.
Oh,
which was wacky as all
fucking
hell.
hilarious.
It's so funny.
When he gets up to sing this, and then with the omelets, and he comes on stage to do it, and he's like, like pretending, and Oliver's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I was very caught off guard by how much swearing there is in this show.
Yeah,
because it's on Disney. I know it's not a Disney show.
It's like a Star.
Yeah, but it's Hulu, I think, or Star. I can't remember. Either way. But it's hosted on Disney Plus. Yeah. So I was very caught off when they were like, "Shut the fuck up," and I'm like, "Whoa!"
Steve Martin saying like, "Shut the fuck up." You're like, dude.
Yeah, I know. I was very caught off by the swearing.
You didn't swear in Cheaper by the Dozen.
Sit the fuck down. I love Cheaper by the Dozen, dude.
It's good.
He looks the same as he did 20 years ago in Cheaper by the Dozen. He looks like older in Cheaper by the Dozen.
He kind of does, doesn't he?
He does.
There's like a youthful energy about Steve in Only Murders.
You know, the only thing I've disliked... I liked Series 2 way better than Series 1. Personally, I thought the bunny mystery was a lot more intriguing than the Tim Kono one.
Yeah.
Only because they just ruined the Mabel connection real early on. They the Sting episode... Like, Season 1 they were still finding their footing. Season 2, I feel like, was tight.
Yeah.
And I called it from the beginning who the murderer was.
I called it pretty early as well.
But then I fully backtracked like an episode later and I went, nah, it's not her.
Yeah.
Like, and then I was like suspicious of other people. Yeah. And then especially Theo. And I was suspicious of all these people. And then in the end I was like, oh wait, I called it really early. But then I just got in my own head about it.
Well, I called it, I mean, spoilers. I called it as
Cinder.
Yeah, no, I think I remember thinking it was the assistant. I'm like, wouldn't it be weird if it was the assistant? But
See, I called it as Cinder, and then when they were accusing her, and I was like, I was right! And then it turns out that was all a ruse and I was like, whoa, that twist ending of Series 2 was really good.
The only thing that kind of caught me off guard was Cara Delevingne's character. She had the murder card in her bag at the end of that party scene.
Yeah.
Which made me think, like, wait, that's weird.
I dislike Cara Delevingne a lot as a person and as an actor.
Okay.
I don't know her personally. That sounds harsh.
Sure.
But I just don't enjoy her as an actor.
I didn't. Her acting wasn't great.
Her character was trash as well. I was gonna say that's the only thing I didn't like about Series 2. Also, she was doing all that shit, recreating Mabel's trauma.
Yeah.
And then Mabel ran away, and then she did not come back for 4 episodes.
Good.
And then she came back in the finale and was just there, and I was like,
this is weird.
They never really resolved any of that.
Were they together at the end?
No. Were they? I can't fucking care.
Well, she doesn't show
They're not
up
together in Series 3, so...
Good,
I mean, I just don't like Cara Delevingne very much.
Yeah.
She was the low point for me. I really liked that first or second episode or whatever where they're playing the murderer game and it's jumping between the 70s
I really like that. I really like that. There's a certain... I don't know if campiness is the right word.
Campiness is the right word. Yeah.
That's what I wanted to say earlier. I love the campiness.
It's so campy.
And
that's Steve Martin and Martin Short to a T. You know what I mean? Yeah.
For sure. You can just tell they just love being in the show and doing the show so much. And of course, Selena Gomez does as well. But it's just great seeing.
And Series 3 now with the musical has been great.
It's been so much fun.
Yeah.
I've loved Meryl Streep.
Oh, so how good is Meryl Streep?
So good.
As if we need to say that.
Yeah.
I was about to spoil something from an episode you probably haven't seen yet.
Which episode?
What was the last thing you remember?
It's when they think Joy is the killer. He's
looking through the book? Wait, who's Joy? Oh, the white
Charles,
partner. Yeah.
They found out that it was her lipstick in Ben Glenroy's...
Oh, you've only watched 3 episodes?
I think this was the end of the 4th one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
What about I ended it there.
Oh my god, you haven't even watched any of the good stuff yet.
No.
Holy crap.
We got to a juicy part last night and my partner was like, bedtime. I'm like, no. But,
you haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah.
You haven't. Oh my god. Okay. You need to watch that tonight.
Yeah, I probably will.
There'll be a new episode tonight.
Ooh.
They come out every Tuesday.
Lucky. There can't be that many more though. There's only 7.
I think there's 7 out currently, and there's only 10 episode seasons, so we're very close.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Detroit Become Human? One of the actors in this season is one of the actors from the game Detroit Become Human.
Oh, that's cool.
In Detroit, he's Marcus. In this show, he's Tobbit.
I thought he's in something else, isn't he? Grey's Anatomy.
Probably.
Or something? Yeah.
He's an actor, dude. I don't know. It's not.
I've been sus about him.
Me too.
I was sus because I was like, wait, he's filmed.
I'm less sus
thing.
now, but you'll see why.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't unsee him though as Marcus from Detroit Become Human. He's great though.
Yeah.
Him and Selena, I like him and Selena.
I like their chemistry a lot.
They're really good together.
Yeah.
And then like the two older guys getting jealous of him like being around, which you probably haven't seen
I
much
haven't seen
of
that
at all.
yet,
No.
so thanks.
Oh, dude, it's great. Cool. You've got some good shit ahead of you.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's a really good show, and I'm
Yeah.
excited to see where it goes. Especially since we probably won't get any more for a while if we do get any more, because of the strikes and stuff.
True. Yeah.
Which again is the problem with One Piece too. They've renewed it for a second season, but we're not going to get it for a while. And then, the actors are all meant to be the same. Well, the characters are all meant to be the same age until they hit Marineford, which is going to be like 6 seasons from now, like in the live action.
I'm sure they could work some technological magic and make
by
them
then,
look younger. But
I want to put this on record actually,
Yeah.
just in case. Like, I just want to like put this out there to see if anyone feels similarly.
Yeah.
What will make this a reel? I think for season 2 of One Piece, what I would ideally like is them to sort of split it in. You know how Netflix releases parts?
Yeah.
Like part 1 and part 2. Part 1 should be like 6 episodes or something. We're going to go through Logetown, they go through Reverse Mountain, the Laboon stuff, Whiskey Peak. That could all be like 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Like 2 episodes in Logetown, a Reverse Mountain, and then Laboon and Whiskey Peak. And then you do like Little Garden across 2 episodes. This means nothing to you.
Yeah.
But I want to put it on record just because I think this is a good idea. And then they're not
Yeah.
going to listen to me, but I want to say it anyway.
I mean, when you have 100 subscribers.
That's true, dude. We've got influence now. and then obviously you sort of end off the first half of the season with what's the word I'm looking for? Drum Island with Chopper. And so then Chopper joins the crew, and they go from there. And then the second part can be all of Alabasta, which then ends with another person joining the crew. So you end 2 parts, each with someone joining the crew, gets you all the pre-Alabasta stuff done and all the Alabasta stuff done. Like 8 episodes. Like, I don't know, like, I think that's the way to do it.
That's a good,
Skypiea do the first half of the season as like Jaya and everything like that. Second half as Skypiea. Like, splitting into 2 parts from this point forward would work really well, I think.
Yeah, okay.
And then the following season, Water 7, then Annie's Lobby. Like, it just works so well.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
Like, none of this makes sense to me, but I like the fact that each part would end with like a new character coming in.
Yeah. It would,
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I just wanted to put that out there in the universe.
Yeah.
What else did we say we were going to talk about? Oh, what?
I was just going to say, just to jump back to only murderers in the building at the moment. Murders in the building. If you had to give it a rating so far.
As a whole thing?
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree with that.
Cut season 1, probably give it an 8.
Yeah.
Season 1 drags it down
the first
for me.
few episodes of season 1.
Season 1 drags it down for me.
Yeah.
But only the first few episodes.
Has there been like any like murderers who you've kind of been sad that it was them?
No.
Okay. Who killed Tim Kono again?
What's her name?
Oh, yeah, Jan. Yeah, that's right.
Jan, yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say real quick, just before we move on, I really love... Is it Teddy Venus? I love him.
Nathan Lane.
Yeah. The thing is that the only thing I've really seen Nathan Lane in is
Modern Family. Which leads perfectly into Modern Family. Yeah.
I just want to say really quick, such a good character.
Oh, fuck it. He's such a good character actor as well, Nathan Lane. Like,
but he just plays him so beautifully in a way that I haven't really seen. I haven't seen much of Nathan Lane, to be fair. But
all of the scenes between him and Theo were very moving and like
even
very
with him
lovely.
And Oliver Putnam, like especially in season 2 as well.
Yeah.
Like hysterical.
Oh yeah,
great,
with all the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What a time.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, good stuff. I'm keen to watch the rest. I'm very excited. Alrighty.
But yeah, so Modern Family. I remember ages ago you said that you and your partner were watching it, and I watched a fair bit of it back in the day, like when it was actually airing. Like I watched a fair bit of it back in the day. Probably like 5 seasons worth.
Yeah.
Not everything, not every episode, but I watched a fair lot of it. And hearing you and your partner were watching it, I was like, oh, like I was saying to my partner, like, we should watch it as well.
Yeah.
Because she'd never seen any of it. And I was like, it's a very fun show.
Yeah.
And So we did. We powered through the first like 2-3 seasons. Then we started to slow down a bit because we were like, oh, we should savor it. Like, there are only 11 seasons, so
but take your time.
We've hit a point now where we're halfway through season 7, and we're just done. Yeah, we're just absolutely done.
That's fair.
We have slowed to a grinding halt because like it happened a little while ago. Like we were watching it and we were like, oh, this is like not as enjoyable anymore, but we're still into it. And then we're like, oh, actually, maybe not. And I was like, let's give it one more episode. Yeah. And then the next one was really good. And we were like, fuck, okay.
Which episode was that?
I can't remember. I think it was a Halloween one or something. I don't know.
The Halloween episodes are usually very good.
I can't remember. But like, there was one like really good one.
Yeah.
And then since then, we've laughed twice. You know what I mean? Like
a chuckle or a snort.
Even then, we don't even laugh anymore watching it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's just not as enjoyable.
What do you think it is? It's just like...
there's nothing left. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so there was an episode recently that we watched with Keegan-Michael Key in it. Where Claire and Phil go out for lunch with like Keegan-Michael Key and his wife. Like, you know, they're just like having lunch together. And you know, Phil makes a reference early in the episode that like, you know, this guy never reaches for the bill, and Claire's like, you should wait for him to reach for it. Yeah. And then I was like, okay, I was like, so, and then like there was an Alex and Haley thing going on, and I paused the episode 1 minute in, and I said to my partner, okay, so no one's going to reach for the bill, and they're going to be stuck at the table forever because they're going to be too stubborn to do it. This is going to happen with Alex and Haley. It's going to happen with Luke and Manny. Like, and I laid out exactly what I thought was going to happen.
Then it happened.
Exactly as it happened.
Yeah. Exactly. That episode, I really wish there was more between Phil Dunphy and Michael Key's character, because there's a little bit at the end which I really like.
Yeah, they were great. Yeah, because
they're like planting, was it cockroach? No, it's not cockroaches, cicadas or something.
In their food. Yeah,
and seeing how much I could get, which is hysterical. I really liked that, but it was just not enough of those two. Their chemistry was really good.
No, and it's I don't know. It just that's to me is the problem. Like, it feels way too formulaic now. Where in some of the early episodes were just so chaotic, you were like, fucking anything could happen.
I think they just go down to the formula of someone has a problem with each other and it gets resolved by the end.
Yeah. And that's basically it. That was signified like perfectly by the bottle episode where they all get stuck in the living room together to do like the couples therapy.
Yeah.
With Moira from Schitt's Creek. What's her name? She was in the Series of Unfortunate Events movie. I can't remember her name. You good, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good.
But like, that episode to me where they all have like couples therapy, and I was like, boring. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, again, and there are always good moments. Like, I still love every interaction between Jay and Phil.
Yeah. Like, those two are the best characters in the whole show.
By far. And Claire and Phil are still like fantastic to watch as a couple.
Yeah.
Gloria's just starting to get on my nerves a bit because her character hasn't gone anywhere.
I think the thing with Modern Family is there's not a lot of character developments.
No.
Bar like maybe Claire, maybe Jay.
See, I feel like Claire, Jay, and Phil are the only ones that have actually grown and changed from the beginning of the show. And Claire is the bottom of that list. Phil and Jay have actually changed and become better characters.
Yeah.
Mitch and Cam, I think, have always been great. But then every episode of them is exactly the same, where they both want the same thing, but they don't communicate it to each other, and so their wires get crossed. And then the episode ends with them going, I wanted to do this, and Cam goes, and I wanted to do that too, and they go, aww.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the whole episode. They have written Modern Family.
Yeah.
It's frustrating because their characters are so well done in the early seasons.
It's so good, and it's like a good build up with Cam, where he ends up being the coach,
the football coach. That was a great development,
which is great. It was good to see, but I don't think it really went past that. And then with Mitch, I can't remember much that happens really with him.
Nothing.
I think one thing I don't love about the show is like the children growing up, which was always going to happen, but it's like, I think a lot of their character is just kind of dropped.
Their charm came from the fact that they were kids.
Yeah.
Especially Lily.
Yeah.
Like her saying all these outlandish things as a child. That whole episode where they're going to a wedding and she's swearing.
Yeah.
And like they're all finding it really funny, and then they're like, no, don't laugh. Like, that's really funny.
Or like when they're in the car, I think it's like in season 4, she's like, I'm gay.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you're just Vietnamese. Yeah. Something like that.
Oh my god, one of my favorite fucking jokes in the whole show. I think it was season 1.
Yeah.
Fucking hysterical. Mitch and Cam like bump Lily on the head or something, and they take her to a doctor, and she's like a Vietnamese doctor.
Yeah.
Oh no, she's not. She was born in America,
Japanese
but no, she was born in America.
Yeah.
But like she's obviously of Asian descent of some kind, and they like keep like, you know, we'll take to her like white on rice, and then they're like, oh sorry, and like they keep like apologizing for things to her, and I don't know, they make a comment to her towards the end, and she's like, oh, like come on, I'm not that much of a stereotype, and then she reverses out of the driveway and runs over their bins, and like fucking hysterical.
There's this one part, I think we can cut this out, but she's like, Lily's in the car, like in a toy car, she drives it and crashes it, and Cam's like, we always knew this would be a strong possibility. I was
like, yeah, I feel like the show, and like some of the gay jokes they would make about Mitch and Cam very early on, like, they don't do any. They hits a point in like season 4 where they just stop making jokes about Lily. They stop making jokes about Mitch and Cam. But then those were the funny and charming bits as well, to see how those characters react in those situations. You know, like when Jay's with his little gang and Mitch is like, hey, your friend's really gay, and then like Jay has to like come to terms with that. He's like, he's not like.
Season 1 is top tier.
Season 1 of Modern Family is fucking perfect.
It's hysterical.
It's such a good show.
Yeah.
And
then it drops off after like season 5.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird one. Yeah, I think you're right. You said earlier about like Luke's character especially.
It just becomes a bratty teenager, which sucks.
He loses all of his charm.
Yeah.
All of the scenes with him and Phil in the first couple seasons are fantastic.
Yeah.
Like I love them so much.
And they just drop the silliness that they have together, and he just becomes like a
sulky teenager.
Just a sulky teenager. It just sucks.
Big time.
Haley goes through like a bit of character development.
Yeah, and like
in a sense.
I think the only reason we watched as far as we did, because we wanted to stop a while ago. I think the only reason we kept watching is to see Haley and Andy's arcs develop. Because Andy's an interesting character.
I love Andy.
And him and Haley are very interesting together.
Funnily enough, I love watching Andy with Phil more.
Oh, yeah.
It's hysterical.
Well, I think that's the problem. They sort of like gave Luke's character to Andy in the later seasons. And, you know, there's an episode where they address that. But, like, that doesn't fix it, though. You know what I mean? Like, but I guess that's kind of like the passing of the torch. Like, you know, Andy's like the new Luke to Phil. Like, it's very interesting. But yeah, I think we're done with it though. We haven't watched it in ages.
It's fine.
We stopped watching it so we could watch The Bear. Yeah. Which, like, all I'm gonna say on The Bear is fucking watch it.
Yeah.
It is one of the best things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, full stop. There's an episode in season 2. I mean, the whole first season is so fucking stressful. I've never been that on edge before.
I thought it's just like the most accurate depiction of being like working in like a high-end
food
kitchen.
service.
Food service. Yeah.
The first season is flawless. And also just the most stressful thing ever. There's an episode, the second last episode of season 1 is a 20-minute one take.
Really?
Yeah. And
I love one take.
No. And it like I didn't realize though until like halfway through when I went,
wait a minute,
has it cut yet?
Yeah.
Because the camera was moving really fluidly between a conversation, and I was like, it's not cutting. Yeah. I was like, what's going on? And then like, it's a one take of them like preparing a big, like, fuck me, it blew my mind. That's amazing. The ending of that episode, like, oh my god. Yeah. Season 1 is perfect. Season 2 is so much more chill and wholesome and lovely. Yeah. And then there's one episode like towards the end that is just fucked out of your mind. Like, we still haven't watched the last couple episodes of the season because that episode was so fucked and stressful. Yeah. I was like, I need
to take a break.
Like, it was fucking excellent.
Apparently, like, they're Italians or something, so I should get it.
Oh yeah, you'll love it, dude. Yeah. You'll love it. If not just for the fact that it's an amazing show, but especially because they're Italians. Yeah. You know?
Oui.
Yeah. Every time they're like, hey, cousin.
You're like, you think of me?
No, yeah, but then they're like not actually cousins. That's just what they call each other.
That's just what they say.
Yeah, because they're Italian, dude.
Yeah, I should know that.
Hey, cousin. You know, like the mafia, dude.
Sure. Yeah, I think One Piece and The Bear are shows I really want to watch next after Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah. You should watch One Piece first so we can record a podcast about it, selfishly. Yeah. But then also because, like, One Piece is a good, like, entree and The Bear is a good, like, main and dessert. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
One Piece really not hungry. A good main?
No, One Piece is a good main, but, like, you can't compare The Bear and One Piece. This, like, beautiful artistic show about, like, a tortured artist carrying on his brother's legacy versus...
Is that not One Piece?
Yeah. I mean, post time skip One Piece, yeah. Oh, spoilers.
Sure.
But yeah, post time skip, that's definitely One Piece. But like, yeah, you should watch One Piece first though, so we can talk about it. But then also, because the bear is just... outstanding. Oh, it's so fucking good, dude. Yeah. So good. Good stuff. Lots of good TV lately.
Yeah.
Lots of good TV.
I love it.
I've been watching a lot more this year.
Yeah. I think, I need to watch more stuff. One movie I watched recently was Talk to Me. It's a really good horror movie you should watch.
I don't watch horror movies.
Alright. You should though. It's a really good Australian made film that was actually, it was like independent, but it was picked up by, what are they called? The people who did Hereditary and Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, A24.
Yeah, it was picked up by A24 and then released by them. Really good film. You should watch it.
Okay, well, you lost me at Australian and horror. Like you had me at A24.
Yeah.
So I'm conflicted.
No, it's actually a really good, really well made film. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming out at the moment that I want to see, which is
I really want to go see the new Ninja Turtles movie.
We should.
Yeah.
Is it out? It's out now, isn't it?
Do you want to go? Do you watch Ninja Turtles?
I mean,
no, maybe
we got one more podcast to record, but then
we can see maybe.
We could. All right.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Well, anyway,
we're gonna go watch the Ninja Turtles movie.
Yeah, we should, and then our next podcast can be talking about.
Honestly,
not.
I wouldn't be.
Anyway, we're making
plans.
Out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think lots of good stuff has been coming out, and it's good that we're eating so well right now because there's not going to be much coming out in the next few years.
Yeah, a few years. Do you reckon?
Oh well, you got to think about the fact that nothing new has been filmed for quite a while now, and even One Piece, right? It got renewed for a second season, but then they have to do all the pre-production and then production and then post-production. Anything there's going to be a bit of a dry spell. Marvel has finally been fucked over and people are just not even worried about it anymore, which is so good because Marvel hasn't put out anything good in a long time.
Yeah.
And that's not a hot take. That's just that's just a fact.
That's just facts. I've heard Ahsoka is really good. The Star Wars.
I am keen to watch Ahsoka and I'm also keen for Loki season 2 actually.
Is that coming out soon?
Yeah, next month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I loved Loki. Yeah. I think it's one of the more interesting things that Marvel did.
Yeah.
So I'm keen for season 2.
Yeah. Okay. I never watched season 1, but I heard it's
really enjoyable.
Yeah.
And also it was very fun watching it week by week, piecing out the mystery of what was going on. Weekly television is so much better than streaming.
Yeah.
I like the wait. Binging. Yeah.
I love the wait. It's when we used to watch Doctor Who back in the day. It'd only come out once a week.
Well, it reminds me of in high school watching Arrow and The Flash.
Yeah.
That would only come out once a week, and then there was mid-season breaks over Christmas, and it was great. Me and my friends would talk about it all the time.
Yeah, same.
Whereas fucking Squid Game came out all in one day.
Yeah.
People watched it that weekend, talked about it for 2 weeks. I don't even hear anyone talk about it anymore.
No.
But people still talk about Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I only watched 1 or 2 episodes of Squid Game, and it just
I didn't
stressed
watch it
me.
At all.
Yeah, that's fine. It stressed me out. More so because I started worrying about my own financials. I was oh no.
And on that note, I don't know. I was just looking for a place to end it, and I think that's perfect.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah,
on your financials.
Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. But yeah, catch us on the next episode. I think
catch me outside. How about that?
Dude, nice. That was so good. I haven't heard that in a hot minute.
Catch us on the next episode. Catch these hands, dude. Oh. And if the light dying wasn't a sign enough. Quick, wrap it up.
Okay, catch us for the next episode. I think the next one is our first Halloween. Hey, man, thanks. Is that enough lighting?
Yeah, go do it.
Okay, catch us for our next episode when we talk about, I think it's our first Halloween episode.
Yes, it will be.
So get keen. I'm very excited. Lots of Halloween content coming out in October. Get keen. All right.
Hell yeah. Thanks so much, everyone. Catch you in the next one.
Bye.